So Sony has released a new GMaster lens and it's clinically sharp. The reptilian way is to analyze your face for details and know how to kill you faster. Is it too sharp? I think it is. So is Sigma glass. Why I would never buy GMaster or Sigma? Today will follow. That information will follow.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
Such perfect autofocus. Canon C100 Mark II, 85mm 21.2. We do have a question about that. The first question. He said the autofocus doesn't work on this. He's stupid. Don't you feel dumb now? So first let's talk about the GMaster glass and then we get into the Sigma questions. The 85mm 1.4 Mark II, probably fantastic, sharp. Oh my god, the portraits. Side-by-side brick wall test, you're gonna win. Like, way to go, the detail. But I think to myself, ask anyone getting married if they want to be analyzed by pores. Like, oh, let's get the sharpest look possible on a 60 megapixel camera so we can zoom in 10 years and see, oh, that's why I shouldn't have married them. Wrinkles, dust, frickin' ink. It's all there. It's disgusting. We want pleasing softness. I'm using a 1080p cam here because of the vintageness of it. Just beautiful rendering. You think you could match this Zeiss lens, 85mm 1.4? I guarantee you, side by side, Sony will be sharper. Ask who you would rather date. It'd be this one, the Zeiss girl. She's gonna be so soft and like homely. So I don't know why Sony's going for this ultimate peak sharpness. It's just an uglier look, and it's so flat. It's not even funny. Like, you know, I'm obsessed with the 3D pop. This lens has more of it than I can even use in one video. I was looking through the DP review little sample section. Just everything is just two-dimensional. It's so flat and ugly, and that's all our modern lenses now. Like, that's what they're going for. You have to have brick wall perfection, and that's what... Is that your passion in life, to do slow motion brick wall videography? I've done it. It's a good shot. But like, come on. When I was researching what lenses to buy for my Sony a7S III, I was watching a bunch of side-by-side comparisons. I was debating the 24mm GMaster 1.4 or the Zeiss Batis 25mm 22. So much less ton. But in all the side-by-sides, I was like, why do I prefer the Zeiss image? It's just better. It's like warmer, more color fidelity, and then there's something about the pop factor. And so it was just like, wow. So I went with that. Do not regret it. Still have it. Love it. GMaster glass, who are you? You're Sigma level. Flatness everywhere. If you're a pancake photographer, that might be your lens. But the other day I saw a big, like, billboard almost. It was of a skateboard. And I was like, is that real? Is that an actual skateboard? Like, it was popping out. I was like, no, that's just a photo. Guarantee you. It was taken with a nice 3D popping lens. No GMaster, no Sigma, because it came out into my world. Wow. Let's get to the first question here. Can you please talk me out of Sigma EF 85mm 1.4 art for video? Wow, that's going to be hard. Found a used deal, 600 Canadian, just can't look past that thing. I would. If you're doing this, you're going to be uglier on the Sigma, guarantee you. Zeiss Batis, 85mm 1.8, I just saw it for 800. Unfortunately, she forgot somehow that she had already sold it like a year ago, so I don't have that lens, but 200 more, and then you get Zeiss pop? Are you joking? You're debating a Sigma sharpness. The Wrinkle Finder 2000, give me a break. Oh, he's on Canon. I even said the words EF, and yeah, okay, so the Zeiss Batis is not your option. That's fine. We'll get to you. The old EF 85mm 1.2 Mark II. Oh God, you're dumb. The Mark I is the one you're looking at, like this one. Unfortunately, whenever I post an affiliate link, I can only find ones for the Mark II. So I'm sorry if you bought it through me scamming you, but come on now. The Mark I's were perfect, and then the Mark II corrected things and were better. Oh, more elements. but the autofocus looks so unusable for video, does it? In low light, it might struggle a bit, but come on. It's perfect. Like, it's the camera that is the problem. On the R8, it would like struggle to latch on focus. That's the R8's problem, not this lens. I'll tell you that much. I don't mind slow focusing speeds as long as the tracking's accurate. It's gonna be fine. It's your camera's fault. You're on the R8 though. I don't know about that one. It's crippled on purpose. You have to know that. Canon has the technology. This like never struggles. It never hunts. It might sometimes because it's like only this area. It might pick something. There's no face detection, but back in the day, dual pixel was very reliable. And then the modern cams like R5, R6, those hunted, and I see it all the time. It's not my fault. I see your reviews and it's like just all this in and out hunting on Canons. It's nowhere near Sony level. It's Sony, Nikon, Panasonic, Canon, Olympus, Fuji, Pentax, Fuji, Pentax, Minolta, Kodak, Fuji, way at the bottom. And no, you're not going Canon EF 85mm 1.4. It's the 1.2 that is the magic lens. I don't know anything about the 1.4. I wouldn't even look in that direction. So like EF glass, fantastic. Adapt it, pray to holy Jesus that it'll be in. Hi Casey, what would you recommend? Canon EF 50mm 1.2 or Sigma EF 50 1.4? You're really debating this, aren't you? Have you heard nothing that I've ever said? Canon EF L lenses are magic. Sigma glass almost never is. I'm sure they have a couple that have some pop factor, some like random ass lens, like a 30mm Tony 6 or something. Is like, what are we even doing? Like, if I was doing this on a Sigma lens, probably not even look bad. It's a certain look. And a lot of YouTubers love that look. I'm not a fan. It's very crisp. I just watched a guy who was doing some Canon R5 II thoughts with useless information, and it was so crisp. I was like, that guaranteed Sigma lens. And it was a 35mm 1.4. Way better than this shot. So sharp. But like, I don't know, how sharp do we need to be? You cut yourself looking at the, ow, like my eyes bleeding from that, watching a Sigma video. It hurts to see it, the spiky hairs, and just, oh God. What happened to the love? We're just like, you're melting into the image. Come on, get some class. But when it comes to that 50mm 1.2 for Canon, I decided that the 85 1.2 popped more and was better, so I went with that. Although now that I'm on an APS-C sensor, the 50 might have been a better choice, but I regret nothing. And if it was me, I'd be saving a couple thousand more to get the 50mm f1. It exists. It's out there. It's old. They don't make many of them. Probably as soft as pie, wide open, but you might live. Okay, let's switch to the Sony ZV-E1 with this same lens. Now we're full frame. I have to manual focus. I could nail it. Full frame magic is upon us. Thanks to the 7 Artisans adapter that no longer autofocuses. I love that so much that it just broke. And they won't fix it, and they can't fix it. They don't even know how. And no, thank you. Every day, one of you jabroni assholes makes a suggestion that has nothing to do with my life. You're like, get the Sigma MC11 adapter. That's the best. It works all the time. Does it? I just went to buy one. I met the guy, and I was like, okay, just want to test this autofocus. My audience says it works. It didn't work at all. There was nothing working about it. Every day, you plague my life, you photographers who've never tried an EF glass. It works for Sigma lenses, apparently. Not for EF. Not the good lenses. So thanks for nothing. I could stop down the Tonys. That was a plus. But same manual focus, why buy it? Now don't get offended if you have GMaster glass or Sigma. and you're happy with it, like, don't let my opinions sway you. If I put a GMaster on here right now, I'd probably be blown away myself. Like, wow, it's so sharp. I actually prefer this crispness. Who cares if it's 2 dimensions? I like the old way we used to do stuff. It seemed people cared more. Like the Canon C100 Mark II. It wasn't intentionally crippled in any meaningful way. It just works. Very reliable. A lot of people made their living. Will I be selling it immediately? Probably. It's more hassle than it's worth. I'm annoyed with it. It's so big. Oh, God. But that's just the way of our world. Our modern world keeps evolving and getting better. And it's sharper, and people are latching on. They're filming in 4K with the ultimate crisp lens, and then they're sharpening it in post, and then every individual hair strand sticks out behind their frickin' hair light. Whereas me and Marcus Pix bring things back to the way they used to be. HD, frickin', he's even taken it further into 8-bit on Sony cameras. I looked in his menu once. We're gonna film something on his A7S III. I'm like, it's in 8-bit. What are you doing? He doesn't even care. It's like, come on, I'm in standard, not even log. Name one YouTuber right now filming on a Sony camera that isn't in S-Log 3 that didn't manually raise the shadows in some meaningless way with a frickin' node tree. I have 17 nodes. Look at my tree. I hope someone cuts it down, or a beaver heats it and blocks your doorway. So the modern trend of clinical sharpness and scientific lab results, it's not for me. Maybe you like that, good for you. We all have different opinions. I'm not right and you're wrong. I disagree with that last sentence, but if you like your crisp hairs being burnt by your hair light, go ahead, get a Sigma lens, it's sharp. Find a used one through my affiliate links. But if I was debating right now an 85mm lens, I already made the choice. 85mm Batis. Boom, you're done. It's a 1.8, but it'll pop more and it'll be more pleasing, and it has stabe in it. Sony never has stabe in anything. Not one lens has stabe in the last 15 years. Prove me wrong. That was way too much time to give them. Last 3 years. Prove me wrong. And primes only. Prove it. And for those who are curious, I'm still waiting for Megadap to make a firmware that allows their adapter to work on the Z6 III. It's been over a month now since I asked them about it, and it's so irritating. We could be done with all this. I just needed the Z6 III with my Canon EF lenses. We'd be autofocusing right now. And they're asking me, can you make a video about the issue? I was like, what's that going to do? I've explained everything. It just doesn't work. There's no electronic contacts. I can't press record. I can't focus. I can't do anything. So we learned nothing except who won this battle. 85mm full frame on Sony, disgusting color science, or Canon pleasing skin tones. Good enough. Kind of. Definitely selling it, but you'll be fine. So Sigma, you suck. GMaster, what the hell are you thinking? Somebody make a modern. Nikon's doing it. They got a couple 3D poppers, but like Canon RF glass is all clinical, no pops. Sony as well. It's like, disgust me to sleep. So I'm leaving the industry forever after you donate Bitcoin. Subscribe, understanding.